Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Elma and this is Space for Inspiration and Change. So today I really want to share something with you all that has been bothering my mind this past few days, okay? If you're new to my channel, welcome. Please consider subscribing. You're gonna love it in this house, okay? So I just quickly want to dive into this story. The other day I was going somewhere to do something, and then while I was in the taxi, I found this Korean girl because my house is not far from, there's a lake just around my house. It's called Yangnam Lake. So I found this Korean girl. She had leaned on the one part of the lake at the edge of the wall at the bridge. Yeah, at the bridge. She stood at the bridge. Her head was bent and she was sobbing. She was crying. And there I was in that taxi going. I really had something important to do. I had some really important appointment to catch up with. And while I was in that taxi, I saw that girl crying. I felt like I should go out of that taxi to go and console her, but I didn't know how to speak Korean and I really had something important to do. So I went my way. I just continued going in the taxi. But throughout in my mind, I was pondering and wondering what could have prompted her to come out on the bridge crying like that, and what could have made her, I don't know, she could be going through something difficult, she could be going through some kind of hard time, and a lot of thoughts were coming through my mind and I was really so worried. So I went back that day. I had been hearing a lot of things. It made me to go back and do certain research, which I'm going to share with you all in this video. And that is the reason why I'm making this video today. Now, South Korea is a very beautiful country. I'm not going to lie. It's a lovely country with amazing people. It's a very warm country, and I love South Korea, honestly. Okay. And it's a country where people work really hard. They worked hard to build their country. So I'm going to give you the benefits and the drawbacks of these things, okay? And then this video is going to be in two parts. I'm going to be sharing with you all why, okay, if you see South Korea, among the developed countries, South Korea is classified as a country with the highest suicide rate. And it is the fourth country in the world with the highest rate of suicide. So in this video, I'm going to be dividing it into two parts. This part one of the video, I'm going to be sharing with you all the kinds of ways through which South Koreans commit suicide. And in the second video, I'm going to be sharing with you reasons why the suicide rate in South Korea is very high. Okay, so stick to this video and understand. Let's understand, because when you're with some people in a particular country, it's nice to understand them, understand why they behave the way they behave certain times, so that you can be able to know how to interact with the people in that country. So I'm going to share with you first of all, like I said, Korea has the highest percentage of suicide in the among developing countries, but the fourth in the world. And South Korea is also the country in the world with the least birth rate. So you can imagine, it means that in South Korea you can even say more people commit suicide than more people are born. What it's So when I moved to South Korea in the year 2019 with my husband, I realized something. you know these people work really, really hard. I used to ask myself, like, do these people ever get breaks? Do they ever rest? Like, you'll see someone in the company working from morning till night, Monday to Sunday. And I ask myself, when do they rest? When do they have time for themselves? When do they have time for their families? I used to ask those questions. The first word you learn in Korea is pali pali, meaning do it fast. Everything is fast. You have to do it fast. You have to work fast. They don't take vacations like that. You like I was so concerned when I got to the country, honestly. And another thing I noticed is that for us in Africa, or let me say Cameroon, let me speak for what I know. Wherever you walk on the road, you see children, kids, boom, 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 choo, 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 everywhere. But in South Korea, walking around, you see the aging population. The schools, there's even one time I saw a video on YouTube where many schools in South Korea, especially in the countryside, were closing down. Kindergartens, were closing down because there were no children in the schools. One school almost closed down, and then they decided that than to close down that school, they should rather go and get these old women who were not having the opportunity to go to school back in the day, so that they can have the opportunity to get an education. And that's how they put the women in the buses, and the women were so happy. And I was like, oh God, what is really happening in this country? Why is the birth rate so low and yet the death rate so high? So because of that incident, when I saw the girl crying, I decided to go and do some research. And one professor of mine shared something with me. He said that there's this hormone called endorphin. Endorphin is the hormone which is responsible for relieving pain, reducing stress, and improving mood. And he shared with me, he said that the level of endorphin, of that hormone in South Koreans, is very low. And the level of endorphin in Africans, for per what he said, is very high. So I don't know, but it has that has a lot to play, and I'm going to explain to you all why I say so very soon. Now, after seeing that girl standing by that bridge, I came to realize that I had read something somewhere about this famous place in South Korea where people go to kill themselves. This place is called Han River, and this Han River is in Seoul. Trust me, a lot of people in Seoul area or people around South Korea, a lot of people go to the Han River, and that Han River has like many bridges. Okay, so people go there, jump over the Han River into the river and kill themselves. That's the highest way people commit suicide in South Korea. And you begin to ask the problem. We begin to ask the question: why? Why is the birth rate low in South Korea? They have all the facilities, they have all the resources, they have all the money. Why is it low? Why do people commit suicide in South Korea? Like I said, in part 2 of this video, I'm going to be sharing with you all. But for now, I want to share with you all some things about this famous Han River. Based on statistics, at least one person jumps from the Han River, from the 31 bridges of the Han River, at least one person jumps from the Han River every single day. Meaning that there's never a day where you would see that someone doesn't jump from one of the bridges of the Han River to kill themselves. So, from June 2016 to 2022, there were a total of 2,171 people who had jumped into the Han River. Of that number, 2,097 were rescued, but 74 of them died. And then if you also see from 2020 to 2021, there were 598 attempts. So it means that people keep going there to commit suicide. So when I saw that girl standing by that bridge, I was so scared because I don't know what she could have been going through. I don't know what could have happened to her. Many of the times, there's so much pressure on these people in this country. Like, I'm going to explain it in the next part of my video. Now you see that people just go there, kill themselves. Every time you see, there's a famous male in Korea who had gone and jumped there because of a particular scandal. He had jumped in that Han River. So this Han River has been certified as the highest place where people commit suicide in South Korea. And now Korean government has put measures in place to be able to, prevent people from going to commit suicide in that place. So you will see that they have put a total of 75 hotlines where people can call. If you feel like you want to go there and commit suicide, call that line, let people come to your rescue. And they also leave lovely messages on the bridge like, friend, think about it one more time. So that people should think about what they have to do so that people will not go and commit suicide. And in case that they're also trying to put CCTV footage around to make sure that they see, but it's just that like the first time they tried to put the CCTV footage, it was being interrupted because when cars pass around there, you might think it's an emergency, and then you quickly run down there for nothing. So they've tried to work on that technology to improve. And then also they've put, like I said, CCTV and cameras. There are also emergency bells everywhere that you can ring it in case you have some kind of problem or reason to commit suicide. And also now they made the bridge a bit higher to prevent people from climbing. When it's low, it's easy to just jump, but when they make it a bit higher, it takes much effort to try to commit suicide. And before you try to kill yourself, someone must have come for your rescue or to your rescue. So one thing that puzzled me is that Korean government also tried for people to come around and visit that place and leave lovely messages for people who consider like taking their own lives. So it's unfortunate that some people came there and were leaving funny messages like, if you want to do it, ha ha ha, and they were laughing. They don't laugh at those kinds of things. Like, people are going through a lot, so the government stopped the messages of people that were leaving messages there, and they just left only the message there like, friend, think about it one more time. Think about it one more time. So several times you see people jumping into that river and you begin to ask yourself, why would a developed country like Korea have this amount of people who want to take their own lives? You see, many people in this country are depressed. They are going through a lot of things. And like I said, this video is going to be in 2 parts. This first part of the video, I've explained to you how many people take their lives. The Han River is a famous site where people go and take their lives. Like I said, on a daily, at least one person from around the 18 bridges of the Han River takes their own life. So no matter the measures that these people have put in place, still people take their lives. Why? Why? What is that strong reason that is making people want to take their own lives in Korea? So I'm going to end this video here. This is part 1. And in the next part of the video, I'm going to be explaining to you all why some people take their lives in South Korea, and which has led to the high rate of suicide in the country. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so that you get notified each time I post a new video, and watch out for the next part of this video. Bye bye.